Warning, there will be spoilers for the most recent RuPaul's Drag Race episode. Please watch it for yourself before listening and or watching this video. Thank you very much. Again, spoilers ahead.
Hello and welcome back to the RuPaul's Drag Race Season 17 recap of Episode 2. With me, Rey Rey.
And SakuraJo.
So, this week we have the other queens doing their talent show. And of course, at the beginning of every episode, they have their little recap and their immediate responses to what happened. So, where would you like to start?
Well, really the thing that got me is, of course, everyone's going to be celebrating, so everybody celebrated Susie and Jules, as they should, because they both did great. They were the top two. Susie being the winner. Congratulations to her. Everybody says their thank yous, blah, blah, blah. We all know how it goes. I want to get into Acacia. Acacia did not let it go. She did not make any bones about it. She wanted everyone to know that she was salty about that. And it's like, he's a little damping over there. It's like, I'm damp about this. Y'all put me in the bottom. And I was like, oh, don't blame her though. I'd be a bit salty too though.
She was the only unique one. She's the only one who sang live and actually performed. Yeah, it sucks that it wasn't the best thing in the world, but
that's where she called bullshit, is because she was like, okay, well, y'all come out with your original songs, but I was the only one who came out and sang live because I was the only one who had the balls to do it. And I was like, you know what, girl? Okay, I understand.
Now,
I understand.
During one of the confessionals, this is still in the beginning part here, is what Jules said when she went up against Susie. She's like, I didn't think it was going to be an ass whooping. I'm like, well, Jules, you're wrong. It was not an ass whooping. An ass whooping means that, she just destroyed you and you had nothing for her.
Oh, it was close. It was really close.
As we said last week, Jules was winning until Susie just kind of started just heating it up.
Yeah, because Susie started out slow with her lip sync in that top two there. But she brought that out and started doing her little, I'm gonna lip sync in Morse code.
Yeah.
And then she did the Charleston. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good. I loved it.
Was it Katy Perry, right?
Yes.
Where she said that I didn't think that that the Charleston would ever work in any of my songs, and well, I was wrong. Or something like that.
Yeah, something along those lines. It was funny though. She was pretty much like, I'm proven wrong. I didn't think Charleston could be put to this song, but all right, there it is, and it worked.
So normally, in episodes, they come back into the workroom the next day and they chat a little bit, and then Ru walks in the room. The difference this time is Ru didn't walk into the room. They already knew what the main challenge was, which was the talent show part 2.
But we did not know the runway.
Nope. And while they're all just talking and getting their makeup on, we started hearing bagpipes.
And we all know, or at least we all should know, what bagpipes mean.
And in comes the UK Series 2 winner,
Lawrence Cheney,
who came in there with Bryce and another one of the pit crew.
I do not know by name, but I do love Bryce. He's my sweet cutie patootie.
Everybody loves Bryce. How could you not?
He's just such a cutie patootie, and I love him so much.
That's right, we haven't seen Bruno yet.
I know, I love him too. He's also a cutie patootie.
He's your other favorite, if I recall correctly.
Yes, he is. I love them. They're my cutie patooties, my sweethearts.
Guy. I can't remember his name, but he's usually the one that's always spinning.
I don't remember his name either, but he was the last one to do the spinning thing to be like, okay, who's going to go up against who? Yeah. And he's a cutie patootie too, because you could just see by the look on his face that he's just happy to be there. He happy to be there and do his job, and I'm like, he's so cute. I love that for you.
So, yeah, so Lawrence comes in and says that she is Alan Cumming, and there's a traitor amongst them. Now, I had to look this up because we watch it. What we're doing this time is we watch it to enjoy, and then the next day we watch it to take notes. That way we can still enjoy it, and then we'll do our notes taking. And one of the things, while Lawrence was talking, I looked up who Alan Cumming was. And the traitor thing. Apparently, Alan Cumming is actually part of a show called The Traitors. So that just kind of... so that's the reference to that. And
I feel like if we actually watched the show, it would be even funnier to us.
I'm sure.
But we haven't ever watched that show.
Now, for those of you who don't know who Alan Cummings is, he was on Spice World back in 97. that Sakura recognized him immediately.
I'm good with faces.
I remember him when I saw him and I looked up his filmography. He was Nightcrawler in the second X-Men movie. The one that can teleport.
Yes, he was.
So that's where I know him from. And then he was apparently on all 3 of the Spy Kids movies, but I never saw any of those, so I had no idea.
Oh, I remember I can't think of the name, but I know who he was in the Spy Kids movies. I know who he was.
So, but Lawrence came in and just started messing with the queens, even since it's like, y'all look half-baked, because they're like just still putting their makeup on, their faces on.
Yeah, so of course they're half-baked.
And someone's going to get murdered, and everybody's like reacting to it.
It's like,
probably just to go into like, and then every time they get to that point, it's like, I'm just messing with you.
Just kidding!
But she did have a very important question. Is it cake?
Or cook?
And everybody was hoping it was a rooster. So... And
everybody sat there
pulls
like
out
chanting,
a butcher knife, and then slashes down at it, and it's like, it's cock. But then reveals what, believe it or not, the question is, or the first part of the question, was what the runway is, which is it cake?
It cake? I do want to bring up, she looked good.
Oh, fuck yeah.
She looked so good. I loved that purple kilt drag she was giving us. That purple kilt dress. Oh, it was so fun. I loved it. It looked so good on her.
She's a winner for a reason.
And it was so funny seeing the pit crew come out with their little bagpipes and stuff, and it was just fun. It was fun because they also had their little bagpipes, and I think they had little hats on to match.
Yeah, they did.
And so they were matching with hats. Lawrence, and I loved it.
And if I recall correctly, what makes Lawrence Chaney such a very, what's the word I'm looking for? Iconic winner is she's the very first RuPaul's Drag Race plus size queen winner.
That's one reason, yeah, because she is the first plus size queen winner.
That's one reason for iconic. 2, for Scott. 3, it's just her personality.
She's Lawrence Chaney.
I mean,
she doesn't need to
like,
be anything more than that.
When we were watching that series, she was our front runner.
Oh, I love Lawrence.
We both wanted her to win. I still remember that episode. She was on the bottom, and we both were like, our hearts just dropped to like
so
whatever
anxious.
It is
to
the other
upsetting.
side of the planet, because we were so upset. Like, oh, Lawrence better not go home, because if Lawrence went home, we were gonna stop watching. We didn't care anymore.
I was gonna just riot. I wasn't even gonna just stop watching. I was gonna riot. I was gonna start going out into the streets. People are gonna be like, "What the fuck is wrong with this woman?" I'd be like, "You just don't understand, Lawrence Chaney. We needed her back."
Now, if I recall, you wrote some notes about the workroom. I didn't.
I did, because I like talking about that stuff. I find it fascinating, personally. I love it. I love it when they get emotional. I love it when they get messy. I just love that stuff. It's so fun.
And the workroom stuff will be to you, and I'll chime in.
One of my favorite things was, because we noticed that Ariete and Lucky are feeling each other.
Right.
You know, they're crushing. And it's cute. And, it was like Lucky, I believe, this time that came out and said, it's like, you know, we got a little something. I like to call it the artsy fartsy spark. And I thought that was so funny. I was like, the artsy fartsy spark, because they're both artsy queens. And I was like, I love that for them. That was so funny. I was like, oh, we'll see how that goes. And talking about the people crushing.
Corey
with Lydia.
Hard.
Yes,
God.
Lydia Butthole Collins. And it was like, because Corey over there kissing ass and stuff, she's all like, this is bullshit. She's like, I don't like this fucking Rey Queen thing. This is bullshit. We having to go over and beg and plead for votes. Which I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Goes over to Lydia. It's like, have I told you how nice you are?
Beg, buy, and barter, some shit like that.
Yeah, that. And she's like, and she goes up to Lydia. It's like, have I told you how nice you are? How beautiful you are?
How funny.
And funny. And
no,
Lydia's just like, it's like, you're
Ariete.
beautiful. And she was like, and Lydia's like, you know, I got you, girl. And they're all there hugging and stuff. And that's when Corey, in her confessional, she's like, I like her. Da, da, da. And it's like, talk about, it's like, is something happening? Is a relationship forming? Is it? I don't know. I don't know. Be. Is it? Maybe. And I was like, Corey,
you could not stop seeing her teeth. She was smiling like ear to ear. Even she had Joker, the biggest
smile. She's all like,
the Joker would be jealous.
Oh, you could just see the little blush forming on that face. She was like,
which is funny because Corey's an African American queen. So if you see blush on an African American that's not light skinned, that's some shit. She was feeling it.
I could see the vibes in her face.
Oh yeah,
and it was so cute. It was funny.
It was when Arietti was like messing with Corey, saying, "You gonna blend that eye?"
Mm-hmm.
And he's like,
that
I'm gonna be nice.
That happened though after the fun part was back with Arietti and Lucky, because eventually, I believe it was Jules that brought it up. It's like, so sister, if would you say that you would take the top bunk or the bottom bunk?
And they both chose camping or something.
And
I don't even know what the fuck that means.
I'll explain it in a moment. Lucky was like, I feel that if you really love camping, you would be fine with either bunk. You'd be happy with either bunk. And what it means is the fact that, are you a top or a bottom?
I kind of figured that's what that was about.
And so it's like, and when it's all like, I'm happy taking either bunk, means you're versatile. You would go either way, is what they're saying. And so Jules like, oh, okay, what about you, sister? Talking over to Arietti, and she's all like, I agree if you love camping. I was just like, oh, y'all just putting it out there for everybody. I'm like, ooh. I was like, it's just funny, though. It was fun. So I'm like, all right. We all know where they stand. And Arietti says that she's never kai-kai'd.
Yeah.
So I was like, ooh. And she's like, but Lucky could get it. And I'm like,
Lucky could get lucky.
Yeah. Oh, so they're cute. They're cute, but that is what you said about Corey going over there. It was right after that I think that like Arietti was getting shady and being like, "Are you gonna blend that eye, girl?" And Corey just looked at her, was like, "Have I told you how great you are? How funny you are? How beautiful you are?
If it wasn't for the Rey Queen,
not mean you are."
If it wasn't for Rey Queen, that would have been a completely different conversation.
Oh yeah, Corey said it in her own thing. She's like, I'm gonna be nice for now. It was just so funny. And then we had where everyone's talk about their talent shows, because of course week one Queens already did theirs, and so they're all chatting and people are asking each other like, what's your talent? What are you gonna do? And this and that. Lexi being come find out the oldest competitor this season
at 33.
Yeah, she's the oldest of the.
She's younger than us.
This season. I know.
They're calling her grandma.
I know. But she brought up the fact that she was going to do roller skating. And so other queens, Jules and Arietti especially, were talking to each other that they were concerned on how it was going to work out for her. Because it's like, them old bones, the old lady, she's Auntie Grandma, and we're worried for her. We just hope she doesn't get hurt. But again, it makes sense because, look at it. Even Lexi brought it up herself. She's like, you remember Naomi and Bob?
Yeah,
their season. And they were just like scooting. And Bob,
only one person did good.
Damn near fell a couple times.
And one person did great, even did the lip sync for Your Life, but we don't talk about that individual anymore, and I don't know why, and I'll look it up later.
Yeah, no, but anyways, no, she, so, to be honest, it might have sounded a little shady by a lot. Might have sounded a lot shady. But I understand the concern, though. Because, for real, you don't know if they actually know how to skate or not. And that, like Lexi said herself, that stage looks like black ice.
Yeah.
And we all, for anybody who drives, they know what it's like if you've ever driven on black ice. That stuff is scary.
So I don't know.
Any northerner knows what it's like, and it is scary.
I couldn't imagine. So,
it was fun. And I could agree with Lexi, because when she brought it up, back when we were young, back when I was younger, I was in a tiny town, and all you had to do was go to the skating rink or go to the movies. So they would do these old lock-ins. And in my town, because I've told you I grew up in a bitty town, little tiny place, it was the same way for me too. So when she's talking about, it's like, the lockdown's at 5 a.m. Your parents just drop you off and say, go, have fun. I was like, oh, those were the days. I remember them very well. My older sister used to do that all the time. She loved going to the skating rink to do those lock-ins. So I was like, Lexi, same. I feel you, girl. All these other ones are all like, back in the 80s, it was fun. I'm all like, y'all throw your little bit of fun shade, but make your little jokes. But that was some fun times for real.
Well, that's the crazy thing is I don't think she was alive during the 80s. She's 33.
She's 33. She was born in, like...
And we assume that...
1991 or 1992
about
then?
91. Because if you assume that they, recorded all of this within the last year to 6 months, or 6 months to a year, we don't know when her birthday is, but let's just assume that her birthday already passed when they recorded it. She'd be in 1991.
Well, either way, it was just fun 91. Little jokes. So, I mean, I love it. I think that the girls...
Or 91, 92, sorry.
The last couple of... these first 2 episodes, the girls have been fun.
Except one.
Except for one. And, Miss Suburban Mom with her little husband that, cheats on her and she pretends that she doesn't, who has her 2.5 kids at home with her little white picket fence, running her fucking church Sunday group with their fucking Christian book club.
Okay, so I understand that you're gonna die on that hill. I just have one question. What the hell is half a kid?
You know when they talk about it, they were like, okay, maybe.
Maybe half a kid. You either have a kid or you don't.
The average, they have already said the average American has 2.5 kids. So, okay, listen.
There shouldn't be a half. Like, the rate of divorce shouldn't be, the amount of people who divorce should not be an odd number.
Nobody cares. Maybe they divorced a tree. You don't know their life.
You
don't know what they're living. Maybe they married a doll and were madly in love, and now the doll ruined their life somehow. I don't know.
Can you divorce a dead person?
Maybe. I don't know.
That's the only way that can be an odd number.
I suppose you could divorce a ghost as well. There's people that have gone on record marrying a ghost.
Yeah, I've seen that stupid
But
shit
no,
before.
Suburban Mom, Hormona, can just go. Okay, listen, I don't like her very much. Very much?
Be honest.
Clearly, I don't like her a lot. I said she's got a husband at home that's cheating on her. She pretends that she doesn't.
There's this.
That's.
She looks like a Karen. Like, she has the haircut, the glasses, the attitude,
everything, and she just and other queens have even said that she's the type that just they don't. Lana for sure has said it's like I don't know if it's her southern accent or what it is, but she just. Sounds belittling. She sounds like she's belittling everyone when she's talking to people, and it's just gross.
I think I know exactly why she sounds that way, because she's the only person, to our knowledge, that on a viral video was invited to the show by RuPaul.
Yeah, and so she gets this entitled feeling, and so she's like got a swole head over it. She needs to get over herself, and that's just gross. Like, okay, well, penetration on her season was a fan favorite and was put on the show because the fans voted for her to be on the show. She was the first one home.
Mm-hmm.
So
and
just because
Ru
you got
invited
picked
queens back from previous seasons, so she ain't
and
nothing
they
special.
go home.
And she ain't nothing special. Oh, actually, they all did. No, didn't Shangela make it pretty in the top of her second season?
I know she made it a decent ways in her second season, at least.
Because in season 2, she was the first gone.
Yes.
And then they brought her back for season 3.
Yes. Oh, she made it okay. She made it. She definitely made it longer. She made it okay in season 3.
I can tell you. I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, I only remember season 3 because of my youngest sister, her being the one who got me into drag race and all that. Is
she was top 5.
Stopped watching it. Oh yeah, she was.
She made it top 5, but unfortunately placed 6th because of Carmen Carrera coming back the next episode.
Yes, Carmen did come back.
She made an appearance in the 4th season premiere, and then the Snatch Game episode of All Star season 2, and then when she did the 3rd season of All Stars, she was in the top 4.
Yeah. But that's for a conversation another day, because you got all sorts of feelings about that one, but that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah, I do.
We are getting completely off topic with Shangela right now.
It's very easy for me to do. Shangela is one of my top favorite queens of all time.
I know it is.
My most favorite one is Jujubee.
Oh, Juju's fun. I love Juju.
But yeah, we got off topic. So one of the reason why I brought that up is something that, so what started this whole thing is, I believe it was Jewel.
Jules decided to be messy in a fun little way and asked Acacia, like, okay, of all the girls that you think would go home, like, who do you think is going to be in the bottom, and who do you want to lip sync against? So like, she's like, who do you want to lip sync against, Acacia? Let us all know. Say her name. Say her name. And so Acacia was honest. She just said Hormona. I would choose Hormona. And Hormona was all cranky about it. And this is exactly what Hormona said, because I was so mad about it.
Before you say it, one, we rewound this part 4 times and turned on closed captions to make sure that SakuraJo wrote it down perfectly. And 2, in between that, all the people sitting there just saying, like, she said, fuck your drag. She said she gonna lip sync and beat you. You know, they were just sitting there.
It was funny because when it was Acacia said her name, it was hilarious because it's like Hormona's like, what? And all of us all like, she said that she gonna send your ass home. She said she gonna beat your ass in that lip sync.
Said, fuck your drag.
She said, fuck your drag for real. I was like, oh my God. And they're so fun. They're funny. And then good old Hormona being a little bitch. It's like, well, if you're going to do that, going against... If you're going to do that, you're going against Rupaul, because Rupaul wanted me here specifically, so, like...
And I'm sitting there like, okay. Rupaul wanted everyone there specifically. Everyone... There's thousands, I'm sure, or hundreds to thousands of queens that want to be on the show. And I know that Ru doesn't go through all 1,000 of them. I'm sure Ru has some of the production staff dwindle it down, but Ru has to, approve at the very end of it.
Everybody gets RuPaul's seal of approval to be on the show, and that's the thing. It's like, yes, you got handpicked at a thing, and yeah, you got lucky. That's beautiful for you. Love that for you. Super cute. Okay, but it does not call for all this entitlement. It does not call for all this delusion.
And you didn't even
calm your ass down.
You didn't even buy the book that that Ru was doing the book tour for.
Yeah, because I asked her, it's like, have you read the book? And she's just like,
Did she even buy the book? No. So that was like, I wrote here on my notes, Hormona Lisa. And I normally write in all caps, but like, I usually, the first letter of, like, proper nouns are all, bigger, and then I write my other letters smaller. Mm-hmm. But I wrote all big letters, annoying.
She is. She's an annoying little suburban mom whose husband is cheating on her, and she knows it, and she's mad about it, but she doesn't care because, you gotta keep face, and she's busy fucking wanting to get back home to her Bible church group that she runs with their Christian book club so that she can go tell them about how terrible these people were to her because she's so fantastic and beautiful and perfect. And I'm all like, go away.
Right.
That's my backstory for her, because I do not like her.
Was there anything else that happened in the workroom worth talking about?
The last thing I was going to talk about is, I wanted to talk about Anya.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, because Anya, it was very interesting to hear Anya say that she only started doing drag at the age of 27. That's actually pretty late for queens to get in at the age of 27. It's kind of late because a lot of them get in when they're younger. So she only started getting more into the queer world and drag at the age of 27, and so she's still new to it to an extent, and she said that she struggles to fit in, and a lot of that also came from it. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there who can relate to this with her, where she said that she was too white to fit in with the black kids, but too black to fit in with the white kids when she was growing up. So that didn't exactly help any. So now that she's an adult, she also finds it difficult to try and mingle and fit in with other people when it's like, and I know how that feels because as a kid, I got ostracized a lot for a lot of different reasons. Like I was too weird for this, but not weird enough for that or whatever else. So it does actually carry off into adulthood. I can understand that. So I was like, okay, all right. Well, good for her for opening up and being honest though with everybody. And at least with the one person. I forget who she was talking to, but I think it was Corey. But she was honest and open about that. I was like, you know what, girl? I really do hope that this works out for you. And that, you can make some good sisters here.
Now, to put into context, she's 31.
Yeah, so still, that's 27 to 31. That's still a good amount of time in drag. But to start at 27 was a little late. A little late for a drag queen. But she looks gorgeous. She is gorgeous. She beats that mug beautifully. And she has some beautiful looks. So it was just interesting to find that out, because I don't think I've heard a story of any other queen like that in the whole 17 seasons that I've watched.
Right.
So, good for her, though. She looks great. And then it was, no, but then we moved on to our runways, didn't we? Because everything else was kind of just, the same normal thing. It'd be like, dun, 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 dun. And a cue Rupaul walking down the runway, looking gorgeous as always.
Yep. Ru, obviously a 5 in her runway because, supermodel of the world. Anything below a 5 is just
Listen,
crazy.
Her fashion is almost always on point for me. I love it so much. And that dress that she wore, that blue dress with the slit up to almost all the way up to the hip entirely, right there down the side and the front, beautiful. I loved how it draped off the one arm. And I mean, it literally draped. It was gorgeous, and the sparkles were right. It just, it was so good.
Yep, so our judges, the judges panel was, of course, Rupaul herself, Michelle, and T.S. Madison. And then our guest judge was...
extra special guest judge, as Rue likes to say.
How do you say her name?
I believe it was Dochi.
Dochi, a rapstress.
Yes.
What was Rue's question?
Pretty much asking us, if you had a TV show, what would it be? And Michelle answers American Horror Story.
Yeah.
Never gets old. The horror jokes for Michelle never ever get old. T.S. Madison said that hers would be the deadliest snatch.
Yeah, instead of the deadliest catch.
Oh, it was so funny. And Dochi said that she would have to bring back the Bad Gays Club. And the reference to that is a Bad Girls Club. My sister used to watch it all the time, and I watched it with her. It was an interesting reality show, and it was just fun. I liked it personally, so it was funny when she said the Bad Gays Club. And talking about Dochi, though, her outfit, oh my god, she was stunning up there on the judges panel.
If I can find a picture of it, I'll put it up on the screen.
That gold jacket on her, that was...
Like I said, I'll look for a picture of it and send it to our editor to put it up on the screen.
I'm just gonna say, she looked scrumptious. She looked so good. That gold on her skin was just... she was shining. She was so shiny. Right up there with Simone. And we all know how I feel about a queen being shiny. I just am so blinded by their shininess. I love it. Oh, she just looked so good, though. It was amazing. Sadly, I wasn't really feeling it from TS's outfit.
I wasn't either.
I wasn't really feeling her outfit this time. And usually I do. She usually comes out looking really, really good. Looking great. She just didn't stun me this time.
Not everything's going to be a winner.
So, but, is it cake? Let's see what the girls gave us.
All right. The first one that came in was Sam Starr. She walked in with a wedding cake dress, and the back was open.
It was a wedding cake. It was a beautiful wedding cake dress in the front. I mean, she looked good. It looked so good. That dress was just done so well. It was beautiful. Looked like a real cake and everything. She had the little bouquet and her veil, and I thought that was so cute. And then when she turns around, it was fun for me because she turned around and she's giving you wedding night lingerie.
Yeah.
So that was cute. I was like, oh, it fits in great. I was like, this is a great concept. This is fun. I love it, and I definitely give it a good 2.
Okay.
I liked it a lot.
Now, Anya was next, and she came out as a peach.
It was cute. She had the trumpet skirt. She had her, stoned corset, and she was a peach. And turns around because, ass out, it's cake. Come on now. Show us some cakes. She turns around and she pulls off the leaf, and that's her little reveal. I'm like, oh, that's fun. But I'll give it a soft 2.
Yeah, it was
just because it
was very underwhelming.
Very underwhelming, and I hate to say it, but it almost felt store-bought.
Yeah, it kind of did. I wouldn't say costumey, but it did feel store-bought. It
felt very store-bought, and I'm not really living for that on a runway, but she pulled it off, and she pulled it off well, and it looked really good on her. And that peach color was peach is definitely her color. It looked really good on her. So I'll give it a soft 2 for that reason.
Alright. Next that came up was Crystal Envy.
Oh, I give hers a shoot because it was so fun.
She had the grown-up sunscreen baby with the dog. If you guys remember that out.
Coppertone.
The Coppertone kid, is that what they're called?
The Coppertone girl, and then she was there, and the dog came up and like bit her underwear, and so you see like the little bit of a crack and everything. It's the old one. Old advertisement. But she did it so she's grown
like an adult and had like the
all buff. She had her bodysuit, her nude bodysuit all
spray tan looking, airbrush, but it was supposed to look like a spray tan.
Yeah, with the abs and the muscles, and she's all tan and everything. It was cute though, and I really loved what she called her dog.
Rupaul.
That was so funny.
Rupaul.
That was so funny. It was so good.
But I'm pretty sure it was spelled like R-U-F.
And she had the pigtails perfect. It was so good. That's why I'm going to give her a shoot, because I really loved that concept. And she pulled it off so well. It was really fun.
Now, the next one was the first one to me was just like, I'm going to shoot it.
Shoot it? Don't you mean boot it?
I mean, yes, boot it. And not because it was bad, it just didn't fit the criteria. 2, I don't think that copying someone else, unless that's part of the challenge, is cool. That's just me, though.
Yeah, because she came out and Corey King specifically said that she was coming out. She's like, I got the body for it. I'm like, that's beautiful. Then why didn't you do the assignment? Okay, if you got the body for it, do the assignment.
And Monet Exchanges worked the world costume, as she said it.
And it looked cute on her, don't get me wrong. And I thought it was funny when she took off her hat, reached in it, and gave out the fuck you. I'm like, that's cute and all, but you're not fitting the criteria of... You're not fitting the challenge, okay?
No, it did not fit the challenge.
You are not up to par here, babe. And I'm not loving it. I'm not here for it, so I'm booting you. Because, again, you literally just took another queen's outfit, and that's lovely and all, but it does not fit the criteria.
Yeah, it's copying another queen. It just seems very insincere and uncreative.
I like the nod to Monet Exchange. Yes, she definitely get it. So the nod and everything is fun.
She didn't make it hers. That's my problem. She wore it, like, literally exact. If she would have changed a few things here and there and made it hers, like, okay, it's an homage. I'm okay with homages, but... like, for it to be, sleeve for sleeve, with that fishnet to fishnet, I think that's what it was that she's wearing.
No, she's wearing hose, but I do remember what Rue said about that runway. Rue said that she was impressed with her hose because it's hard to find that color hose, and fucking Tia's Madsen coming in, it's like, we love colored hose.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
So stupid. But again, it was good. It just did not fit the criteria. And I don't mind you sitting there being like, I'm wearing Monet's look, and it's a very prominent look. Like, you gotta know to know. And that's fine. But again, not the criteria. But Lexi's was really fun.
It fit the criteria. It wasn't what you expected either.
It was out of the box.
Yeah. She was a TV screen. And it goes on with her, what she called Avant Stupid.
Avant Stupid.
With 2 O's.
Yes, I love it so much. I said that last time. It's still so funny to me. Avant Stupid. And so she had the TV head, and she had the holographic thing going on, or whatever, hologram, something. I don't know what she called it. I think she called it a hologram thing. But no, it was really cool. And then her outfit, was like what was it? Like when the TV's off?
Yeah.
Because the channel's dead for the night.
It's that static.
It wasn't static. It's the rainbow lines and stuff. Remember?
Oh, yeah. It's like the...
like, you remember how it used to have rainbow lines on the dead channel? Because it's like, okay, it's dead for the night.
Or it's for like a testing screen.
Yeah, testing screen. The channel's dead for the night because some channels, it hit a certain time of night. And it's like, well, this is now what you're getting. You're just getting this rainbow screen. Have fun with it. And so she came out all dressed in that. And, of course, because is it cake, she let the cakes out.
Yeah, that's kind of...
So she had the assless pants, and I loved it. It was cute. It was fun. It was creative. It was different. So I definitely give her a 2.
So for the next one, we're going to talk about this one and someone else who comes up much later. And you'll know why in just a moment.
No, you're forgetting somebody then. If you wanted to go in order. Lana Del Rey came next.
No.
No, it was Lana.
Hormona came next.
Ah, fuck. I wrote them out of order. But let's go back to her. See, this is how much I don't like her. I ignore her ass. So I forget she even exists.
We're gonna do Hormona and Joella.
Yes.
The reason why we're doing that is they both came out with the same concept of Marie Antoinette. Because she's famous for let them eat cake. And Michelle, oof.
She wants it dead. She wants it gone. She's just like, no, no, no. We are so tired of it. Marie has been done so well previous times. Just stop doing it.
What was her words?
Oh, gosh. Put it in the memoriam or some shit like that. Like, just fucking get rid of it. And she's like, pretty much told Rue, it's like, listen, I wish you would tell these queens, don't do Marie when you come on this show.
Because T.S. Madison was like, you've been watching this show for 17 seasons, and you know Marie Antoinette is dead.
It was so funny.
It's just like it reminded me of that song by Brental Floss, the DK rap, where are they now? And it's like,
and there's Chunky. He's dead.
That's it.
DK.
That was it.
So, it was so funny.
Joella also came out as Marie Antoinette. Now, they did do different things, whereas Hormona, her cakes was her ass cheeks with cakes on them.
Yeah, she opened it up. She had the ass cheeks on. I thought it was cute. The concept is cute. I liked the color scheme. I understood the color scheme because she said she came out in the trans colors. I thought that was cool. I thought that was representative. I love it when they do that. That's fun. It's cute. It's important to be representative. And so that's great. But that's the only good thing I have to say about it.
Joella, she came out, same thing, and but when she turned around, it was literally, bareback almost.
Bareback and kinky. Kanky.
It was
the word kinky. Cake. Yes, I'm thinking cake and kink at the same time. But no, it was kinky. It was fun. I mean, she had the little bejeweled handprints on her ass that were red. That was fun. But my God, that fucking wig. The back of that wig
was bad. It was bad.
It looks like me when I get out of bed and I haven't put anything in my hair to make it look nice. Like when my hair gets all frizzy because it's all dry out and stuff. And then my hair is all over the place. It looks frizzy and gross. Yeah, that's what that made me think of. And I was all like, oh, honey, no.
It was bad.
Her Marie was definitely better than Hormona's. But it still wasn't good.
But not by much.
I boot them both. But I give Joella more of a soft boot. Where I'm going to give Hormona just a boot. I would say a hard boot. But the gown was done well. The cakes were placed well. That was cute and a funny idea. It's just, like they said, Marie Antoinette needs to be dead. She is dead. Bury the idea. We're over it.
Yeah. Now we can move to Lana.
Now we finally moved to Lana. My bad.
She came out in a leopard print green dress, but it was like this open lace back.
Yeah, because she came out as a skin tight dress, and as it's been, I forget which judge said. I believe it was Dochi who said it, but someone said it being like she's very petite.
Yes.
So it's like, okay, where are we gonna get the cake? How is this gonna work out?
That was Dochi.
Yeah, so she's like, how's this going to work out? As soon as she turned, the entire back was nothing but lace. Corseted lace all the way down from the shoulders to the feet. She was wearing
nothing under it.
Wearing nothing, so you got the cake, and as T.S. Madison said, sometimes you want a little cupcake.
Yeah.
T.S. Madison said something about cupcakes. I loved it. I loved her little comments, like, a little cupcake.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's right, you gotta give love to the cupcakes. It was just beautiful, though. And again, that green, I love it when a queen knows what colors work well for her and what colors look good on her.
Michelle hates the color green, but my God, did she have nothing bad to say about it.
Yeah, and Lana, that deep, rich green that she had on, it was such a good choice for her. I loved that color. And I just really love when that happens. And for Lexi, too, like the rainbow colors, those bright, vibrant colors, they work so well for her.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So I love it when a queen knows what colors work good for her and which ones don't. And I think that's great.
And next we have Acacia. She came out as the lady of the court with Open ass.
She's out. Not even just that. She's like, she's coming out, and you see her, and the way the skirt's made gives she's in the garden effect, and she just comes floating out, as I felt, and she turns around. Boop! She pulls the little strings in her waist, and it just, boop! Curtains open to her bare ass, and of course the judges had to keep making their little jokes, be like, there's some hair in that cake.
You need to trim those hedges. And that was like the first, and Acacia said that's the first time that she's ever
She's like,
shown
I've never
her bare
shown
ass.
my ass in drag. I've never shown my ass out of drag. But on national television. Oh, it was funny. It was fun. Words were, it was cute.
She's like, she turns around and doesn't realize that her rosebud's been out the entire time.
Yeah. Oh, it was so funny. I'll give it a soft toot, though. I mean,
it wasn't bad.
It was fun. It was a cute concept. I loved it, but
now
it could have been bigger. It could have been more.
But the concept worked perfectly later on.
Fun.
We'll get into that.
But
later,
it was fun, so I'll give her that, and I'll give her a soft toot for it. Jules came out.
You skipped one again. Ariete.
Was it? Oh, I'm so bad at my notes.
That's why I write them down in order.
I did write them in order. I'm just skipping over people by mistake.
And cross them out like I do. As we talk about them, just cross them out.
I should do that. Look at you teaching me new ways to do things.
So Ariete came out as a time-traveling elf.
That was fun. I liked that. That was really beautiful.
Satellite dish kind of head, which is something that she even made jokes about.
Yes.
Which is funny, is Untucked. She's like, was it Untucked?
What channels do you give with that satellite, girl?
She said cable.
But it was fun, and she's another one that's like, the way that the silver played on her was so beautiful, and it just accented her in such beautiful ways. She did her hair lovely. She had the stones in all the right places. It felt like really gorgeous on her. Really, really gorgeous silver for her, because some people look good in gold, some people look good in silver, and bitch knows she looks good in silver, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
I loved it. It was so good. I definitely gave her a big toot. I liked it a lot. It was beautiful, it was gorgeous, it was fun. And it was fun that she had that little heart-shaped cutout when she turned around.
Yeah.
For her butt was that heart-shaped cutout, and she had like a whole black hole for her little butt. It was so funny.
That was pretty funny.
I loved that. I thought that was so cute.
Now we'll talk about Jules.
Yes, from now on, don't listen to me when it comes on to who's coming out. Listen to him. I'm not good at this, apparently. But yes, Jules. She came out in her
She came out in a leather pantsuit.
Cuban Puerto Rican flag combination jumpsuit. That's what she is, it was right? A jumpsuit. Yeah, she's Cuban and Puerto Rican.
I thought she said pantsuit for some reason.
Nope, it's a jumpsuit because it was all one.
That's true.
It was a shirt, pants combined, which makes it a jumpsuit.
Right.
And I thought that was fun. It was cute. And it looked good on her. And it fit well. And that's important with a jumpsuit, because I've seen plenty of queens come out in a jumpsuit, and it's just not fitting right.
No.
But she had that one fitting right, in my opinion. I thought she had it fitting pretty well.
Now, what was funny is what Rue called it. So that's not cake. That's cornbread something or another.
Yeah. It's like watered down cornbread or some shit.
Watered cornbread.
That was so stupid. It was so funny, though. Rue comes up with some of the stupidest things to say when they're doing their little things that they say as they're walking the runway.
Now, the next one that actually came out was Joella, but we already talked about her.
I was going to say, we talked about her thanks to Hormona and them both being the same fucking thing.
So next we're going to go to Lucky. Now, when Lucky came out, you saw just a bunch of sponges.
And bubbles.
And you're just like, bubbles. Huh. And then Rue put it together. Sponge cake.
Oh, I put it together right away. I just wanted to see how long it was going to take you and the judges to put it together.
It took me a while.
Even Lucky was talking about, it's like, I know Rue's looking at me thinking, what the fuck is she wearing up here? What the hell is she wearing?
And Rue's face showed it.
And it's like, but that's fun. I like shock, It's fun to shock people. She's like, that's what I do. And so she was like, literally a kitchen sponge. And then she had two big old sponges on her ass.
And that's when Rue was like a sponge
cakes.
Cake.
Yeah, so that's when it dawned on Rue. It's like, it's sponge cake. It's sponge cake. And I tuned it because it was very creative. It was very well done. I mean, and the artsy queens, when you're doing artsy looks like that, it can come out looking like arts and crafts, and nobody wants to see that. But
if done correctly,
Lucky is very good. Hers doesn't come out looking like arts and crafts. Hers comes out looking like actual art, and I love it. I thought it was so fun, and I'm excited to see what else she's going to bring the rest of the season.
Oh, me too. Next was Lydia. She came out in a red devil cake style, is what she called it. Red devil cake.
It was red devil cake. It was cute, and it was fun. I love the garment. Okay, let's just start with that. I loved the garment. I loved the feathers and everything that she was doing. I loved what she was... I loved her movement with her hands and stuff with it. It was fun. It was cute. And that dress was to die for. Bitch was not giving it on the runway, though.
No, she's just kind of...
It was just like... It was just no real stage presence to me. She kind of just came out like...
and then she has like the little needle sticking out of her ass.
That was funny.
And
that was funny that she
like,
glued all those on.
Don't sit down.
And yes, like, don't sit down.
Stupid.
But no, it's just... And then anytime they zoomed in on her face, she just looked like she was dead to the world. Like, I guess I'm here. I'm here to be here. Yay.
She looks dead-faced even in her confessionals.
Not really with her confessionals. She still shows emotion in her confessionals, but... I don't know. She just, on the runway, she's like... It felt like a 5-year-old not knowing what to do. It felt like a kid coming out being like, okay, Mom told me to come out and look pretty.
Yeah, that's basically what it boiled down to.
And what else am I supposed to do? And I hope that she gets out of that. I hope that she can find some more confidence throughout the season, and I hope that she can give a better presence and a bigger presence on the stage, rather than just giving us a pretty look.
Yeah, because it's more than just a pretty look, especially in Drag Race. Nowadays, at least.
I mean... In general, even back then, it was one of those things that yeah, you do need to be pretty, but you gotta have some personality and you gotta give us something.
Except for Santino, but...
Santino's Santino. We don't talk about him. But my favorite runway of the night...
Was Susie's?
Was Susie's. Because it was so funny to me.
Yeah, she came out in a Shakespearean-style dress.
Yeah, with her updo and everything. And she looked all like she was belonged on the Shakespeare stage. And then she drank her little love potion because she wanted to find the love of her life. But it all went wrong. Terribly, terribly wrong. Because now she has donkey ears and she rips off the skirt and she has her donkey legs with a donkey ass out. She's like, I'm an ass.
That was so
Get
clever.
It?
That was so fucking clever. If it
I
wasn't for the
loved
fact
it.
that
It was
the
so
talent show
funny.
was a thing, that's the main challenge, I honestly think she would have... That's a safe or at least top.
She did great with that runway. I loved it. It was so funny. I shoot it simply because of the fact that I loved it, and it was all well done. The wig looked great. The dress looked great. The hooves attached to the legs that she put on, that looked good, and it was padded, and it was
easily my
fitting
favorite
well.
one,
It was
too.
so good.
I liked it because it looked great, and it's just so... It's one of those things that I would say it's cerebral.
Okay.
It's one of those things of like, that is literally outside the box as well.
It was very fun. It was very, very fun.
And that was the runway. Now we're going to go on to the talent show part 2. And
Sam was the first one up.
I wrote them all in order.
Yep, I know you did. And
Sam
this time I
Star
can say I
came
did
out-
too, because it was the first one.
Sam Star came out and said that during her confessional before all this, she said she's going to do real country. But she came out, I'm not much of a country person, so I asked SakuraJo, like, does that feel like real country to you? And she said no.
No, you did not ask me. I remember that very well. You didn't ask me. You just simply said that it was not real country to you because you don't know much about country. And you asked me about it. And I said that it was more...
Pop country, right?
You said it was more pop country, and I was like, yeah, it's more today's day and age country. It still was very, very country, but it was like today's day and age country where you're always looking for that old
style.
Old style Johnny Cash and Dolly Parton back then and Conway Twitty.
Yeah, I mean, I like that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, you're thinking the classics.
Yeah, and that's just how I look at it. Was it bad? No.
Oh, it was cute. It was fun. Her outfit was fun. I liked all the stars on it because I mean Sam Star.
Is it something I'd sit there and like want to watch over again? No.
No, and it's
I barely
funny.
watched it. I barely watched it during our note taking.
It was funny, though, because it was funny, especially when she's all like, little yeehaw thing, and it was like, let me hear you. It's like, okay, not bad. That was bad.
I mean,
and do it again, it's like, okay, that was awful. But dance break. And that death drop off a hay bale, though, I've got to give her that. That was good.
She stayed down there.
That was impressive.
She stayed down there for quite some time.
Yeah, so, which added to the humor of it, which made it funny, because it's a death drop, so it's cute. I loved it, and that was fun. The death drop was what I loved. That was fun. And like I said, she had the stars on her outfit. So I appreciate that she branded herself well, and her original song definitely branded herself. And that's important to do. So that was interesting and fun. I know Lydia hated it.
Yeah.
Lydia in her confessional was like, I'm not living.
It's like she's coming out here and the judges panel's living, but They're not
voting.
They're not voting, and I'm not living.
Yeah, so it just, she really hated it. I can't agree, though. It was fun and everything, but
it was fun,
I've seen it before.
But it's just one of those things that's just been done.
It's been done a few times before, so it's not as impressive anymore to me.
And believe it or not, one of the things I did notice, the cadence reminded me of her drag mother training, the tuck, about how to do a proper tuck. It kind of had that same cadence.
Yeah, see, that's how I felt. That's why I felt it was like, I've seen it before, so,
I mean, like I said, I know that she is Trinity the Tuck's drag daughter, but you still gotta, make it your own. And it's just the cadence. Now, the song itself, I'm sure, was an original thing.
It was original, definitely different.
But the cadence just felt the same. Because I'm pretty sure...
Welcome to country music.
Yeah, well, that's just music in general.
Particularly pop country music. So, it was fun.
All right, next was On Your Nerve.
Oh, okay, she was so good.
She did an original rap with a two-step. And it was very catchy, don't get me wrong. It was great. It was very catchy. You know the words listening to it once. And it was just
right
it was
foot
simple.
In, left foot in. I loved it. Oh, it was so fun. I couldn't help it. Like when we first watched it,
the judges panel dancing,
everybody was singing along. Everyone was having fun.
Were dancing like it was just so infectious.
She was across the stage, it was like in, out. She would like point and they'd say out, and it was fun. It was great,
and it was something that anybody can just get up and do.
And it was done so well, because I mean, listen, with rapping and everything, you can write a rap and stuff, sure, but if it's not on beat, it's not doing well, don't do it. Don't fucking do it. It's gonna sound stupid, great. It's gonna sound awful, no one's gonna want to listen. But she had her beat. Her words were good with the beat. She did. It just, and like I said, when we first watched it, I didn't even realize I was dancing along until halfway through her little thing, and I was like, oh my god, I am dancing. Second time we're watching it, I try and tell myself, I was like, I'm not gonna dance this time. I'm like, nope, I can't help it, I gotta dance again. And that's kind of hard for me to do, to be like, oh, I like this so much that I'm just gonna dance, where I am compulsed to dance. I have to, and she did well with that. It was very funny, very creative, and branded. I remember Rue saying that she's gonna be the first one in line to buy it when that song comes out. She wants it right away. Doechii said that as a rapstress herself that she really loved it, and it was really good.
Oh yeah.
So that's a big compliment.
Oh, for sure. It's one of those things where it's like, with someone who is actually, famous for that, and that's what they do for a living, that just means a whole lot. And then, like I said, Rue straight up said, I will be the first in line to buy it.
Like, when that song comes out, I'll be the first in line to buy it. I want it. I need it. And it was just a fun little dance. I mean...
It reminded me of the Snappy Fingers song, where it's just a simple dance. You remember that song?
Yeah. I mean, simple dance songs, they sell. I mean, Cupid Shuffle, that one went forever, and that was a really simple dance, too.
Because everyone can do it.
Exactly.
If you make a song where everybody can dance to it no matter who they are, you're gonna sell well, because now you didn't box in your audience. You made sure that you can get anybody and everybody who's just interested to do it. And that was perfect.
Yeah.
Next was Crystal Envy.
Ooh, the production of her song. I know Rue said something about that the production of that song it was Rue or Michelle, but they talked about the production of that song was really good. It was done so well.
It was Michelle.
It was Michelle. I got that on another page that I wrote down. But Michelle said the production was amazing.
She had
the two reveals.
She had 2 reveals. The dance was very well done.
And I liked the second reveal because that was so cute. Like, she takes off her robe and takes off her little shower cap thingy, like her little silk bonnet. And you see her wig, and she's got that little dance outfit on. And then she goes over to the pit crew member, and they have to hold the one part of her dress, and she just spins out of it. She just twirls out of it into like a new dance dress. And I was like, oh, I loved it. That was fun. It was well done. Her choreo was great. She was giving the presence that we needed. She had the stage presence, and that was really important and really 100%. Good. And I loved that. So,
but fun fact about Crystal Envy. So, when I first got into Drag Race, I'm terrible with remembering names, but after I remember a name, I usually never forget it. It's crazy. So, Scarlet Envy was on the season that I originally started watching. And for some reason, I always wanted to keep calling her Crystal Envy in my head, but I knew that was wrong. And here we are, almost 6 years later, there's really a Crystal Envy.
It's so funny that it worked out that way for you.
I can't believe that. It just kills me.
I thought Lexi's confessional about her talent show was hilarious. Like, all right, bitch.
Yeah.
Look at her go. All right.
Shit.
Well, shit.
Yeah.
That was so funny. I was like, oh, girl. I love Lexi's confessional. She's my confessional queen so far. She is my favorite confessional queen so far of the season. I mean, it's early, so maybe not, maybe will be, but so far I like hers best. She's so funny.
Next was Hormona Lisa doing a stand-up comedy routine.
Once again, no. Gross is what I wrote. Boring is what I wrote. Stolen joke is what I wrote.
And go figure, the stolen joke's the only one I laughed at.
Because it was funny. I mean, she twisted the joke to be her own. I get that, but
that's just
felt like a stolen joke to me, and it was just gross because it's like, oh, because Rue's gonna take all of us and use our combined life force so that she could live for another century, which is similar to what someone said in a roast from All Stars 8, I think it was, or the original season. I don't remember.
All Stars 9.
Oh, 9. But either way, they made the joke about Georges. I mean, like, oh, she keeps bringing up Georges for, taking her life force. And I'm like, okay, but the joke was already done, and it was done better.
Yeah.
So, ew. Just like I said, gross, boring, and the only funny thing was a reworked joke.
Was it brave? Yeah, I mean, I don't like Hormona just based on her attitude, but I will give her credit. She did something different, and she tried, failed, but, she tried.
And she came out looking beautiful. That dress was lovely. It was
I'll give her an A
dress.
for effort.
It was lovely makeup. She definitely knows that she's good at her makeup. The dress was lovely. I liked the boa. But
not everybody can be Bianca Del Rio.
No, not at all. Even Corey said it's like, why is her talent stopping time? Because
that was the longest minute of my entire life.
So I was like, girl, same.
What makes that funny is the fact that Corey is the next talent that popped in.
She is. It's funny that they worked out that way. But
she did an original song that had a dance, and it was a very camp to me. She had this little cup full of ice, and the song is "Shake That Ice."
Yeah, that's what so it was saying. Cute, and I liked her original song. It was fun. It made me want to dance, just like Anya's did. Not as much as Anya's did, but it was really fun. But the outfit
was not that great.
Wasn't fun. It's cute, and I understand what she was going for, but again, I guess I'm just greedy. I like bigger and better things. So, could have been bigger, could have been better, but I still really loved it. The dance was fun, and it was upbeat, and she had a really great presence again, and that's something I always look for in a queen, is if you have a good stage presence.
That actually does explain one thing that she said in the first episode when she looked at Lydia for the first time. She thought she was going to give her that Hot Topic, like, yeah, type look, but she gave her a barista, which is what she's interested in, and the fact that she's talking about getting an iced coffee in her talent show.
Yeah, but she's good at slurping it up.
So, I mean, I just thought that was kind of funny with all things considered. Next was Lana Del Rey, who did an original, I guess, would you call it spoken word or rap?
I kind of put hers as like a song rap. I put it like a rap. Kind of like a rap.
Now, her start was hilarious. She had a big old head thing of her drag mother, Lux Noir London.
Oh, that was funny, talking like the fucking Canadians from South Park. That was funny, and it, I believe it.
Or a character from Robot Chicken.
Yeah, I believe that she did actually have Lux on her original song, so she used the cardboard face to lip sync what Lux was saying in the song.
That does make sense.
So that was funny. I really liked that. I thought that was fun.
I had to have SakuraJo rewind it because I didn't know what she was spelling. And when I realized what she was spelling, I realized how clever that was.
That is a very clever line. The Jaream. Dream. Oh, it was good.
That was very clever.
Very, very clever. But that's about where it landed. That's about where it's at for me. That's where it all kind of just ends.
Everything else was the memorable things was the Lux looking like a South Park Canadian talking and the clever wordplay.
Once again, bitch knows her colors though. She knows what colors looks good on her.
Yeah, and
because that orange she brought out, that orange bodysuit she came out in was just, it was gorgeous. It hugged her body just right. It looked so good. But I feel like the performance was sloppy, and she did not have that stage presence. Like Corey, if she would have had piss poor stage presence, I probably would not have liked her song or anything. Like, yeah, that's a fun song. This is fun. I like to dance with it. It's great. But like kind of like Joella, where Joella, it's like I loved her presence, but the song was and not quite big enough for me on the last episode. But this time it was Lana. It just was like very underwhelming performance for the energy, underwhelming energy, very sloppy performance in my opinion because of the low energy. So it just, but the dream. I'll be remembering that one for a while because that was good.
And last but definitely our favorite, Lexi Love. She did a song and dance and fucking roller skates.
Literally, last week I said no. This week I just was like yes.
Actually, you wrote yes.
Yes! I loved it.
It was amazing. It was like and like I said, to me, I'm always like any queen can lip sync. That's literally like drag queen 101 is lip syncing. But it's the performance that really separates it. And dear God, this performance like shot her to the top. She was in roller skates. She was moving around perfectly. She was doing acrobatic shit. And then the bitch did 5 splits in a row.
Oh, no, I was one of those things. Like, she came out looking like Gem in the Holograms, like she belonged there. And I loved that. Again, bitch knows her aesthetic and knows what fits her well, and it was so good. I loved the look so much. It was so perfect for the performance. She had, and that was her own original song as well, and I loved it because it was fun. My favorite line from her song was, "The bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe. Let's see how big this hoe can go." And I was like, ah!
And then when she finished the song and she's sitting there doing the fanning,
she was fanning her little pussy.
That was too fucking funny.
It was because she did that cartwheel, and Rue's face was like, oh! Also, that was my face too. The cartwheel, and then skate, and then drop into the split, and like you said, rolling into a split 5 times in a row. Oh my God, it was so good, perfect. So good.
It's like, it is literally like, it was perfect. No notes.
Yeah.
I have no negative. I can't even come up with constructive criticism because there's nothing to construct on. It's built perfectly.
I guess if I had any type of criticism at all, it's just looking back on it, maybe that see-through jacket she was wearing.
Well, that's just
maybe could have been made a little better, but that's
just nitpicking. I
was gonna say that's just me trying to nitpick to find a critique. But
now, before we go into who the tops were and who the bottom was, let's do our own Rey to Queen. So, who was your number one? Or are we in agreement that it was Lexi?
Clearly it was Lexi.
Lexi was our number one, 100%.
Lexi was number one. I remember...
And we're including the runway,
queens,
too.
I mean, the judges even, because, I mean... I agreed with the judges about what they had to say. That, you know, Michelle said, if you're going to do a runway, do something... If you're going to do a talent show, do something that Rue loves. Rue loves skating.
Oh, yeah.
And I had such a good time. Dochi can skate very well as well. And she said she was very impressed with the control, with the movement. Not everyone could do that, so she was super impressed. And
I'm a martial artist.
I have to actually agree with everything the judges said about her.
I'm a martial artist, and I can't skate for shit.
Yeah, so I mean, it's different, though. It's very different. And so that was so good. Lexi would be my number one.
Who is your number two?
Oh, if I had to choose number two, because I also have to include...
The runway.
The runway, as the queens were saying in Untucked and stuff, I agree, runway should matter, along with your talent show. Oh, I'd have to go with Crystal then, because I liked Crystal's runway really well. It was my favorite
funny.
Runway.
It was very funny, and that actually Crystal's my number two as well.
Her runway was just perfect to me.
The prop was used perfectly. Good old Rupaul.
Very well produced song. I agree with the judges on that. I don't fully agree with Michelle on the reveals. It was the second reveal that got me that I liked. The first reveal, I was like, I already saw this coming.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't know there was a first reveal.
Yeah, when she took off the robe and the hair bonnet.
I didn't consider that as a reveal. That's just me, though.
I didn't really agree with Michelle on that. So, I mean, it just... So, rating them even without the judges' critiques, that's how I would do it, though, personally. Because I thought that hers was the most...
out completely. This is my personal thing.
Hers was the most creative runway, personally, I thought. And then,
What about number 3?
Oh, that's so hard. I'm so bad at this.
Number 3.
If I had to do a number 3, I'm going to have to put. I'm just going to put Anya. You know what? I'm going to put Anya. I'm just going to be honest. Her runway was cute. Was it great? No.
But I think the talent show is what gives her enough points to be number 3, because that's my number 3 as well.
Though.
And I said,
I love that song.
I said while we were watching it that, just based on the talent show by itself, that was my favorite up until we saw Lexi, and we're like, okay, that just blew that out of the water.
It was, and then when I started thinking about it, I'm like, you know, queens have a point. We should take runway into consideration along with talent show, with rating. Then yes, I did move Anya down from 2 to 3 because of that. But it was a cute concept. It was fun. I mean, Peaches, whenever you're texting and you're using emojis, you always use the peach for ass.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So, that was fun. I liked that. Again, it could have been bigger. It could have been better. But it was still a good runway nonetheless. It was fun. It was cute. And that talent show just was everything for me. Oh, yeah. So good.
All right, number 4.
Oh!
Mine's Lana. Because if I put together her runway, which was amazing, and then her talent show had that clever thing. Where the fuck did my pen cap fall?
Somewhere.
Well, I'll find it when I get up. But
my number
4 is Lana, because like I said, her dress was beautiful. That followed the whole thing of, you know, is it cake? You know, a cupcake.
Because she's so petite, she gave us a little cupcake, so it's cute.
And like I said, the talent show was very clever.
I'm gonna have to disagree on who I'm putting as my number 4. I'm gonna have to put Sam.
Okay.
As my number 4, because the original song was definitely original. I liked it. It was funny. The performance, the only reason that I was not fully there for the performance thing is because I feel like I've seen it too many times before. So... But that runway, that wedding cake runway with the back being the wedding night lingerie, it was so good. It was really beautiful, really, really well done. And like I said, she was funny. Her original song was very funny. She performed it well. Like I said, I just was bored with it because I've seen it before. So
it's interesting.
But she would be my number 4.
Sam would be my number 5, actually.
Why for you number 5 then, though? Why would you put her at number 5 versus the other two, where she could have been 6 or 7?
The talent show, I just was. It was funny, but that was it. I just really wasn't I just wasn't as alive with it. I wasn't living, as
Lydia said.
As Lydia put it. I wasn't living. Was it, like I said, was it good? Yeah, of course. It was very entertaining, but I just wasn't. I wouldn't watch it again if by choice.
I know the judges lived for it, and the judges really loved it because she's very charming. She definitely has that star presence. And I believe it was T.S. Madison that said she was giving Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah, during the runway, she looked like Michelle Pfeiffer.
When I know that when T.S. said it, and then they showed her runway, you were over there like, you hit the couch like I do, you did the thing that I do, where it's like when it dawns and you're like, you hit the couch, you're like, that's who I was thinking of. I knew I was thinking of somebody when I saw her.
Because I was thinking of Michelle Pfeiffer from Batman Returns, because that's who she resembled the most.
I could see it. I could definitely see it.
Which is Catwoman.
So it was just kind of funny. And I'll agree with the judges. She's charming. She definitely has star presence, but not enough for me to put her high on that list.
So who would your number 5 be then?
Me. My number 5 would be Lana.
Okay, so that's the ones that we're going to be switched around, because we had that same thing happen last week.
Number 5 is Lana, because of the fact that she didn't have that presence. She didn't have that presence. Like I said, her original song was very clever. It was very fun, but it definitely felt one note. It wasn't like if I had to go out and somebody says like, okay, which song do you want to listen to? Do you want to listen to Sam's song or do you want to listen to Lana's? I'd be like, yeah, throw on Sam's.
I get it.
Instead of Lana's, even though Lana's was fun, I would choose Sam's song over Lana's. And like I said, it was a sloppy performance in my opinion, because it just didn't have the star presence. It felt like low energy. I just didn't like it.
So I'm assuming I'm already going to go ahead and say that we're both going to agree on 6 and 7, which is number 6 is Corey and number 7 is Hormona.
Yeah, boring outfit. It just wasn't as... Okay, I'm greedy, okay? I like it big and I like it better. Bigger, better, all the time. I love it. The bigger, the better. But she just wasn't there for me. It's big hair. I loved the hair. But, And then runway, we're just not even going to talk about it. It would just be beating a dead horse at this point.
And then Hormona, like I said, her runway was okay, and her routine bombed.
Her runway was, like Michelle said, we've seen Marie Antoinette done so well. And... meh, to quote RuPaul, on that outfit. No. Nope. So, what's fun, though, because we both had Lexi and Crystal as our top 2, yeah?
Yeah.
That's funny because that's exactly how it worked out with the other queens. Lexi and Crystal were the top 2 for Rey to Queen.
Yep, they were both the top 2. And they, of course, had the lip sync for the win. And the song was Alter Ego by Doechii. And holy shit, they put on a fucking show.
They performed.
It was... wow.
Doechii was fucking living for it. Did you see her every time they went over to the panel? And Dochi's just like, yes! And she's just
was living for it.
There's like, they're doing this. She's like, clicks her fan out like, I loved it. Oh, I was on her side too. Yes, if I had a fan, I would have been whipping it out too.
Oh, yeah.
I would have been like, yes!
It was a very good lip sync for the win.
Oh, they both just really gave it.
And the winner ended up being Lexi.
Lexi gave it. I don't know. She just had a bigger presence for me personally during that song.
She was like embodying the song as if she's talking to Crystal, and then doing silly campy thing, her avant stupid thing.
She was so fun, and Crystal was just giving me everything I needed for the dance. She was just such a good dancer. You could see that she's a very good dancer.
Crystal was damn good too. Like I said, it was.
And that lip sync was tight.
Flip of a coin, but holy shit, was it close?
Both their lip syncs were tight, and that was good. That was fun.
So the bottom was the same as who we picked as the bottom. The queens voted that Hormona was the bottom queen.
Yep.
So her and Acacia, which let's gonna segue to this. Acacia was walking around too, wondering what, who, and what, And remember earlier we discussed that Acacia said if she would lip sync against anybody, it would be against Hormona, and she got her wish.
Yeah, and what's funny is another queen, Anya, who was talking about, it's like, oh, I think, friendship, it feels like friendship's going to play a role. It's going to be a part of it. And she was kind of right, because, Jules voted Sam high because they are drag family. And she wanted to see her go far. She didn't think others were going to vote her high, so she voted her high because she wanted her to be there with her. Because, again, they're drag family. So, Arietti voted Lana high because she said that that's her friend. She doesn't want to see her friend go too soon.
Yet,
of course. I thought it was funny that Joella was just straight up like, Sam's was boring.
Yeah.
It was just boring. She was just like, boring. She did not hold back.
No. You gotta appreciate that kind of honesty, though.
But, talking about honesty, though, Lydia, I was just like, bitch.
Yeah, because she was talking about
fucking the bottom lip sync song, say it from your chest. Because Lydia's over there all shy about the shade to Sam. It's like, she doesn't do it. It's like she's got her head turned looking down. I'm like, bitch, say it from your chest. Let them know. You want to throw shade to be like that? Look into the camera, baby. Look into the camera and let us all know how you feel. There's no shame in that. Let us know.
So, they went and did the song Yes And by Ariana Grande.
Yes.
Oh my god. Acacia was giving everything and more and was the most entertaining, whereas Hormona was just kind of, what'd you say, lazily?
She played with her boa lazily. She had a lazy lip sync. There was a point, if I had to rewatch it, I'm pretty sure there was a point where she was stumbling on the lip sync. But it looked like she stumbled over the words on the lip sync, and it was like, ew.
When Acacia popped out that makeup brush from her ass,
the little song goes boop, and she just boop, her little fucking back open, and there's a little makeup brushes sticking out her ass, and Corey was just like, she got a butt plug in her butt. How'd she get there, and how long has it been in there? But it was so funny.
As soon as Acacia did that, she won it for me, hands down. There was just, I didn't care how the rest of the lip sync went. She won it in my mind.
The Rue was laughing. Everybody was laughing. It was so funny. It was good. It was definitely good.
And the winner was Acacia. Now, here's where, Rue loves twists.
Rue loves to throw a twist to keep us all on our fucking toes.
She loves twists more than M. Night Shyamalan. And dear God, this twist was called, it was called Badonk-a-Dunk. So,
and you had to Badonk-a-Dunk Michelle Visage by pulling one of 10 levers.
But hold on, before we get into that, one of the things, the build up to it, it's like, what we need is a virgin. And then here's Michelle sitting there, and she's
that's
like,
right.
And
Rue make a little joke and be like, virgin my ass.
It's basically something around those lines. So, as Sakura, now Sakura, go ahead and continue how to explain the Badonk-a-Dunk.
But yeah, no, like I was saying, it's the Badonk-a-Dunk, and Michelle Visage is up there. Of course, it's a dunk tank, and you have 10 levers. 2 of those levers will dunk Michelle. 8 of them will not, and if you choose the one that does not dunk Michelle, you go home. And apparently that's going to be the rest of the season until all the levers are pulled, I guess.
So at the start, you have a 2 in 5 chance of staying.
No, a 1 in 5 chance, 2 out of 10. Sorry.
2 out of 10 chance, 1 in 5 chance.
So you get a 20% chance of staying. And,
fucking
Hormona's just running around making a show of it, which, she should. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. You're on national television, it's a reality show. You're supposed to make it fun, and you're supposed to make it funny. So she's, sniffing them, and she licked one of them, and she finally chose one.
She chose lucky number 7.
God's number, Jesus' number. Thank Jesus, she said. Which is more reason that my little backstory for her works.
And the thing is when Rue straight up told her, if you guess wrong, you sashay. And I'm sitting there in my mind, I'm like, yeah, you're the one who keeps thinking that Rue's going to keep you there. She was ready to, if you would have pulled the wrong lever, you would have gone the fuck home.
Yeah.
She chose you to be on the show, but she's not going to give you special treatment.
No. So it just, And when they found out that, because lucky number 7, she dunked Michelle, and it was funny when Michelle comes up, she was like, oops. Shit!
Yeah. So nobody went home.
Nope, and Corey was pretty much like, she pulled that lever, and I just wanted to scratch my eyes out like I should have before her talent show.
Yeah.
And and what was even fun, losing is the new winning. So good for her. She got the lucky number.
But now it's a 1 in 9 chance. Now she gets a
Vegas trip. No, I was going to say, Rue gave her a trip to Vegas.
Oh, yeah, that was right.
Losing is the new winning.
Which is interesting because she doesn't need any more to fill up that ego that she already has.
No, it was annoying, but, it
is what it is.
It is what it is. She drew lucky. We can't be mad at luck, and we can't be mad at chance.
Can't.
And I just really loved Corey's little sarcastic clap in the confessional as they're all walking off the stage, where she's like...
Yeah. That sarcastic slow clap. My God.
And so many were upset, but Anya wasn't upset. We found out that in Untucked. We found out that Anya actually really likes Hormona.
Because she likes people who...
She likes the fact that she ruffles other people. She wasn't afraid to ruffle feathers. She's not afraid to be herself and march to her own drum. And I'm like, okay, I can get behind that. Still don't like her, though.
I was about to say, I don't like her attitude, but,
I don't fucking like her attitude and shit.
I'll respect her for being herself, but
she also comes across as a very fake-ass bitch, so I definitely don't like her. But it was funny in the Untucked when Joella was critiquing everyone.
And this what killed me.
Like, she just critiqued every single queen.
The thing is like, she was asked. And who was it? Lana?
Lana specifically says, you can tell us. We're all big girls here. We can handle it.
And as soon as Joella answers, Lana was like, that surprised Pikachu face.
Yeah.
Like, when you ask them to be honest, and then they're honest, surprise Pikachu face.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bitch, you said be honest. You're a big girl, and then you immediately got upset. And then later on, fucking Hormona was like, who do you think's gonna be on the bottom? And, honestly was answered, and what did she do? She got all pissy.
Yeah, because Hormona in her professional, she's all like, say whatever you want, whatever helps you sleep at night, Joella.
Bitch, you still got in the fucking bottom.
You were still voted in the bottom, so...
Now, what I can't wait to see is, because we saw the preview for next week, they're going to show how each queen voted, and I am excited for that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, the drama that it's going to cause.
Oh, yes. That was exciting. The other thing, though, before we got to that, I was going to actually bring up this, that in the last thing in Untucked that I found memorable, that I thought was just so funny. The week 1 queens all, remember how they all gathered at the little table?
They're handing the
and then they're like,
a
come
microphone.
over, girls. They're calling one over at a time. It's like, now, let us know why you deserve to stay and your fellow competitors should go home. And Lucky was doing it. It's like, why should you stay? And why should you become America's next drag superstar? And talking right into the camera.
Yes. Lexi's answer was funny. It's like, because I'm
older than you. I'm the oldest queen here, so I'm the least threatening. And, my old muscles, my old bones. I'm so old.
And then when asked, who would you put at the bottom, it just immediately points at Hormona.
Not even a fucking hesitate. Like, who would you put in the bottom? Point.
Like, my God.
As soon as that syllable was done, point.
I don't even think the syllable was done.
God. And she was just like, that one right there, Hormona. And Crystal was nice, though, when she said Hormona. She's like, I'm sorry, but it's going to have to be Hormona. And she did the little hand heart thing. Be like, I'm sorry, love you, but...
It is what it is.
And so I thought that, so I had to write down that, as of right now, Crystal's the nice girl.
I said it's not personal, it's drag.
Yeah, but Crystal's the nice girl. It was interesting that Sam put Corey as her number 7.
That was interesting, but we'll find out about that one next episode, hopefully.
Oh, no, I do remember what she said. She said that she put her at her bottom because of the fact that, she didn't like her outfit. Like, what was it? She's like, you fucking glued that shit?
You couldn't Eve 6000 that onto you.
Yeah, because her fucking ice cubes went flying. And
they were flying the entire time, apparently.
It was just, Hormona was all pissy. And, my God. And what I hated also, the last thing I hated about it, was, when all the girls are trying to hype up Hormona, where they're like, well, if you are in the bottom, you know what, girl, let's hype you up. You got this. Come on, say it with your chest. And they're all just trying to pipe her up. And she's like, okay, okay, I'm not a bucking queen and all that, whatever they say these days. That's just not me.
She truly believed she was not going to be on the bottom.
And Sam called her out in her confessional for her fucking delusions. And then...
I mean, every queen needs delusion, but my God, there's...
A little bit of delulu doesn't hurt anybody, but goddamn, not that much. Not to where you're completely in delulu land. Oh, it was annoying.
Well, it's going to be interesting.
She just comes across as ungrateful, and I did find it fun with how they got the levers out. Because Untucked showed us how they got the levers out without the girls knowing, so that it would still be a surprise. I thought that was really clever. It's like, we have some technical issues right now, and if you guys could just go to the back of the stage. So it's like, all right, they put everything up, and the girls have no idea. They're all just standing there like, what's gonna happen? To come out, and so it was genuine surprise where I liked how they zoomed in on Susie's face when she's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You could just see her mouthing it, and her eyes just about to pop out of her head like, what the fuck? But I am definitely, as you said earlier, very, very interested to see how everyone's going to react when they see how everyone voted.
Oh, yes.
And rank a queen. That should be very interesting.
It's going to be fun seeing that next week.
Oh, it's going to get messy, and I love it. I love messy.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait.
Oh, I look forward to it, and I hope you guys do, too.
Yep. So thank you for listening to our RuPaul's Drag Race Season 17 Episode 2 recap. And I hope that you join us for Episode 3 next week. I'm Ray Ray.
Not SakuraJo.
Laters.
Toodaloo.